Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to World of Darkness new special edition Vampire Jam edition with dear Hadi joining me today again, second week in a row to play some games.
You dragged me here again.
I did indeed. I know I will have to fix the screen again because I have to share my screen with you. I forgot about that. See, I always forget about something, but I hope that you guys can hear us properly. And as I'm setting things up, I wanted to give you some quick news before we start. If you've missed the news for this week, we're not going to have a proper news segment, but throwing things out there, Blood Hunt has a new update, and I've already spent many hours in it. It has 100 levels of free battle pass, so if you want to check it out, it's a free battle pass, 100 levels of free stuff, and a new archetype of Ventru, Warden, which actually is pretty cool, especially if you like melee, like I do. So yeah, I recommend checking it out if you haven't just yet, as well as Demiplane is most likely releasing, not sure if right now, but today for sure, so I don't know the hour, but we are releasing Cult of the Blood Gods and Chicago by Night on Vampire Nexus today. So these two are finally joining the Demiplane. Yeah, and in the meantime, Hadi, can you tell me which game we're going to start playing today?
I believe we're going to start with Lovelines today.
Yes, because we did promise we're going to play Lovelines last week, but we ran out of time. Also because certain zombie marched into this room and forced me out of the stream.
Well, I'm trying to keep the werewolf in my room quiet right now.
Yes, you're a lovely, lovely werewolf. I am making the game a little bit quieter here because it's like right now playing in the background. And I'm going to share my screen with you. Hadi is going to disappear from the screen for just a second.
Oh no!
Oh no! But it's going to be working just fine, I think. And now I have to make you smaller. And here, and now bigger.
There, that's all you need, really.
No,
that's it.
No, there we go. Perfect. See? I'm doing.
Don't want to overwhelm everyone with too much of me.
This is great. This works perfect. And now we're doing the window capture for the game, so everyone will be able to see this wonderful Lovelines game right here. We set our cameras up this time, so we're going to have a better view for you guys for the text. And I feel like this is going to work just alright. I'm making sure that we are, we're visible, everything is audible. Awesome, we can start. Do you see me playing the game, Hadi?
Yes, I see you.
Perfect. Do you want to be the narrator? I can be the
Of
characters.
course.
Cool.
Of course. Chicago, the crown jewel of the Camarilla. The north side, Boys Town to be exact. It's a chilly Friday night and the neon-lit streets shimmer with a fine mist of cold drizzle.
I like the writing already.
Turning away from the main thoroughfare of Addison Street, you head down an alley, a tunnel of flickering signage and grimy puddles. Ooh. I shouldn't have worn suede, but I'd rather meet my final death than start wearing practical shoes. Such Toreador thing to say. I'm guessing a Toreador.
Very relatable in character. Not relatable IRL, but relatable in character.
As someone who has suede boots, absolutely relatable. You can see the shivering patrons waiting in line, mesh shirts, and too short garments impractical against the chill. One or two try to meet your gaze with a knowing look, an inkling of what you are. This does not concern you. Striding to the front of the line, you are confronted with a surly bouncer. The deep shadows under his eyes and a slightly wild expression are all too familiar. Giving you a cursory glance up and down, the ghoul's face falls into a frown as he checks the clipboard in his hand.
Name?
Oh, for the love of... Oh well, here we go again. Now, I played Vera last time, so I would like to see Edward this time.
Let's go for Edward.
I should be Edward, yes?
Yes.
Larson, Edward Larson. You would do good to remember that name. Ooh.
Just even like getting at it. That's fine.
The hulking ghoul gives you a dismissive grunt, but dutifully holds the door to the Succubus Club open.
We're going to Succubus Club.
Mm-hmm. As you enter, the bass of the music throbs in your chest. You hear angry guitar and angrier lyrics. The long entrance hall, painted black, is papered with posters. One catches your eye. Huh, baby chorus. I hope they get back together. Emerging into the main body of the club, the dance floor is packed. Amongst the sea of bodies, you see numerous kindred, some taking full advantage of the overpopulated club and the riotous music.
Chat, please let us know if you like the volume of the music.
Sweeping a glance around the club, you see small groups in booths and around tables. A few faces jump out to you either by their familiarity or their undeniable presence. Presence with a capital P. They're deep in conversation or surrounded by enthralled groups of prey, hunting. One kindred even seems to have at least 3 kine draped over him on a couch by the bar. So much for subtlety.
Never supple in the Succubus Club.
But you have more than hunger on your mind. Elysium, the place to see and be seen. If deals are to be struck, rivals to be scorned, or hearts to be broken, tonight is the night to do it. Several kindred of notoriety should be in attendance tonight, and you plan to exploit that to the fullest.
Exploits. Okay.
Time to wrap one around my finger.
It's basically a 4X game, but instead of terrain, it's people.
A group of eager, chattering kindred surround a single female figure in a dangerously low-cut black cocktail dress. Her white blonde hair is perfectly and deliberately undone. As she speaks, her voice has a soft lilt, and though you didn't hear her words, something compels you to wish her to speak again. Annabelle Triabel, Primogen of Clan Toreador, a perfect embodiment of the roses. Annabelle catches you staring, and her lips curl into a devilish grin. A curl of her finger beckons you into her entourage. I have to say, my very first VTM game I ever played was Chicago by Night, and this makes me very happy.
I'm going to put this a little bit like this so the faces are more visible from the card. Yes, perfect. All right.
I didn't read that. Sorry. It's fine. It's just Annabelle doing her thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't wait for you, briefly returning her attention to her sycophants with an easy laugh at a poor joke. It is only when you stand before her that she turns back to you expectantly, her presence captivating. The scent of her, sensational. It envelops you.
Oh, darling, you must be Mr. Larson. My, you're quite a treat on the ice. Would you care to join us?
You detect that, while veiled doesn't offer, there is no room for refusal here. Why, thank you. I'd love to, miss. I'm surprised you even know my name. You slide into the booth, feeling many eyes not so discreetly taking the measure of you. Annabelle appears to pay them no mind, her sultry smile directed at you and you alone.
But of course I know who you are, darling. It's practically my job to know about anyone worth knowing. A handsome thing like yourself causes quite a stir.
She smiles at you indulgently, hungrily. A few of her followers exchange glances.
You know who I am, don't you, dear?
Of course I do. Yes, of course you do. Annabelle Triabel, Primogen of the Toreador. She expertly cuts across you, offering her hand to you, palm down. You take it into yours softly and find yourself kissing her cold ivory skin.
And you're quite a gentleman. You simply must tell me about yourself. We've yet to get to know one another. I would be doing my clan a disservice if I didn't extend the hand of hospitality. What are we doing?
I mean, I'm trying to put my head. Me, I'd pick nervous, obviously, but I think Edward would probably be able to be more flirtatious.
Yeah,
just gives that vibe.
Can I ask upfront, who did you pick for? Who did you explore the romance path for in this game already?
I can't remember their name, but the Ministry.
The Ministry. Okay, so I've explored the Prince, and I've explored her path, and I think I also picked the Minister at first when I played. I'm not sure which one is the best. I kind of liked her route though. I think her route was pretty cool. But we can see where we land up, where we land in the end. So flirtatious. Okay.
Oh, I know how you are, Madame Primogen. In fact, I've been looking forward to making your acquaintance since my arrival. It's Larson, Edward Larson, of the Venture.
Oh, aren't you delicious? You're looking dangerously delightful tonight, darling, I must say. Stay and talk with me for a while, won't you?
Of course, Miss Triabel. That would be quite the honor. The board would probably have me staked if they knew I was spending time with Annabelle Triabel, but this opportunity might just be too good to pass up.
Oopsie. No need to be so formal, darling. This is the Succubus Club, not the board meeting. Let loose a little.
Annabelle glances somewhat despairingly at her entourage before turning her attention eagerly back to you.
You missed our best years, of course. You should have been in the city during the Jazz Age, darling.
Annabelle puts a hand to her chest, her ice blue eyes gazing wistfully into the air.
I remember when Louis Armstrong was in the band. I used to go with my sire to hear him play in the South Side. It was clear even then that Louis was the real attraction. Oh, how clearly he played. I've known so few artists who could say so much while saying so little.
I can hardly imagine, though I've heard Chicago isn't completely without musical talent these nights. I'm a big Baby Chorus fan. In fact, I was hoping to bump into Ray Falcone sometime. He's my favorite bassist. But I'd asked someone how to find him, and they pointed me in the direction of some kindred named Even Klein.
Yes, darling, they're the same person. The boy's a lunatic. Neither even nor Ray has seen much of late. Who knows who else the poor thing turns into? A masquerade breach waiting to happen, if you ask me. And you should. Now, the guitarist, Kathy Glenn's talent was second to none. Now she's wasting it all away with Onyx, the silly girl. Apart from Baby Chorus, well, there is Erdzuli, I suppose, but she's rather on the outs with the tower at the moment.
She almost seems to pout at this. Edward's thoughts. Okay, I was like, that's a weird thing for Edward to say.
Yeah.
She almost seems to pout at this, listening intently. A few members of her court make faces of reproach, but she seems either completely oblivious or uncaring. You are the sole object of her attention. I've heard stories of the famous Mother Above All. I understand there was an incident around New Year's Eve.
Oh my, it's quite a story, but I really shouldn't divulge.
No, divulge, eager.
Eager, let's go.
Now, Miss Triabel, don't tell me you wouldn't mind a little gossip.
Me want to gossip?
She literally just gossiped about like every member of an entire band, which made me laugh because the way it's written is so very Annabelle. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's very, very much on brand. Oh, kidding, darling. Of course I am. Yes, Erzuli's little blood disco. A host of kind slaughtered in the name of some ridiculous ritual. It's truly shocking that the masquerade wasn't shattered to pieces.
I've heard of awful rituals like this, Lilith worship, and the kine. Any survivors?
None whatsoever. They were cut to ribbons, shreds, tatters. It was a bestial frenzy. The Red Number 5 took a full 3 nights to deep clean, I hear. She's banned from Elysium indefinitely, of course. Quite rightly. I had to call in a number of favors to ensure that was the worst she got. She doesn't thank me for that, I can tell you. After how tirelessly I nurtured her considerable talent. Ungrateful.
I can tell the Rose Garden is in capable hands, Miss Triabel. Annabelle's sour expression dissipates, replaced with an entertained smile.
My, Mr. Larson, flattery will get you everywhere.
You can practically feel the distaste of Annabelle's entourage, and from your periphery you catch several disgruntled eye rolls. You even think you hear "not another one" from a high-cheekboned woman in a sequin gown.
This is so fun.
Annabelle's child, Brett's painfully handsome face fixes you with a scowl. Painfully handsome. I need to remember that. That line.
Handsome. I know some people like that.
Do you really?
I mean, I've watched Interview with the Vampire.
Well, yeah. Well, that's a specific case for you. I
know.
Before you can wear your unease openly, Annabelle intercedes, shooting her flock a pointed glance. They recoil, and with a wave of Annabelle's bejeweled fingers, she shoos them away. Brett is the last to leave the table, but a warning arc of Annabelle's brow is enough to send him slinking away across the club. You find yourself alone with the Primogen.
Ooh. Much better. Isn't this cozy? You mustn't mind them. There's only so much of me to go around, and darling, most of them have had their time. A face as handsome as yours is bound to cause some upsets. I hope you're not one to shy away from competition, Mr. Larson.
Annabelle slides closer to you. Her delicate hand finds its way to your knee.
Woohoo! Alright. Alright, Annabelle.
I'm sorry. Woohoo!
So, what was I saying before? Oh yes, you simply must come visit me in my home. I understand they've put you up in the penthouse in the Loop, but you'd absolutely love the charm of the far north side, I know. I'll send you a proper invitation. You'll come, won't you?
Oh, Miss Triabelle, I... Accept, obviously.
Let's
Why
go.
would we decline?
Let's go.
Before you can voice your response, you see Annabelle's demeanor shift, a look of contempt crossing her lips as she looks over your shoulder. You turn. There stands Aluc Romas de Leon, this character. The minister's eyes are closed behind his round, tinted glasses, a malevolent smirk firmly in place. Feeling for the edges of the table, he slides into the seat beside you, uninvited.
Por favor, excuse my interruption, but I spied your enchanting aura from across the room and I could not help myself.
Aluc, what are you doing here? Oh, this is interesting. So if you play as Vera, Vera has no idea who Aluc is.
Oh, I see.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
Annabelle tuts and rolls her eyes. Without another word, she slips gracefully out of the booth and returns to her entourage, a slight pout on her perfect lips. Aluc relaxes into the booth, leaning an arm carelessly on the back of the seat. You see a glint of gold at his cuffs, tiny, perfectly coiled serpents. Pausing for a moment, he takes you in. His clouded irises stare into your own. You have heard of Kindred of the Ministry, and though you do not know the details of their organization well, you remember your sire warning you not to trust them. Yeah.
Ministers with that reputation, god damn it.
Yet you cannot help note the handsome features, sleek European suit, and easy charm that seems to contrast starkly to the leather, mesh, and latex of the club's other patrons. The same smirk passes across his lips once more before he responds to your question.
Oh, Edward, sweet as you. How I've missed you, guapo.
Suspicious.
Suspicious. Okay.
And not because I have any knowledge of this character at all.
Yeah.
Don't call me that. I hate when you call me that. Why? He's just calling you
They
handsome.
have a pass.
Yeah, but I mean, guapo just means handsome.
I know, but probably, I don't know. I smell a pass going on in there. Oh, Senor Larson, how you wound me? Have I caused some prior offense to warrant this hostility?
Other than the fact you seem to delight in my discomfort, I have no problem with you. I'd be a fool not to be wary around a snake like you, Mr. Ramos de Leon.
Mister, it was so formal and hardly fitting for a snake like myself. Call me Aluc, please.
Look then. You must understand, it is important that I make a good impression with the primogen of the city if I am to make a name for myself in these nights.
Dear Edward, do you not see? This is what she does. Obsesses over what is new and young and vibrant. Then when she has had her fun, she abandons them. The company she keeps is riddled with these past flights of fancy. You see the resentment, don't you? You feel their distaste for her. For you.
I don't pay much attention to the way others look at me, Aluc. I prefer to be judged by my actions, just as I judge others, by what they do.
Then you are in luck, because Miss Triabelle does not do anything. She's not like us, guapo. We are men of action, men of pride, passion, and romance.
Coming on way too strong for me. Sorry.
I imagine he would be going pretty strong, but I don't know.
And again, denial. And I'm not going to go into the reasons why.
Okay.
We are nothing alike, you bastard. I've heard about you and your kind of romance, and you have to have some dignity before you can be allowed pride, sneak. Alec removes his heavily tinted glasses, revealing his sightless eyes. They seem to shine in the dim light of the club, unable to hide his delight as his long snake-like fangs descend past his bottom lip. His mouth curls into a smirk as though a challenge has been issued. He leans in closer, taking one of your hands in both of his own.
Pride, Edward. It is the downfall of many men. It is not a weakness we share. Only yours.
You seem to find it very easy to pass judgment on me, Alec, when you are surrounded by an even greater controversy. You are a corrupted, conniving fanatic. You will not undermine me. Not this time.
Edward is really going at him here. What did
Yeah,
this guy
well,
do to you?
he interrupted a meeting. He's a Ventru. Sorry, and Alec came on very strong and ruined the momentum they had going with Annabelle. So
Edward just really wanted to spend more time with Annabelle, and then this guy came and just ruined his time. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, Annabelle's a primogen.
Yeah, and this guy, who is this guy? I know exactly what I am.
I know you're gonna side with the ministry because I know.
No,
I get it.
I won't. No, actually, I really like Annabelle Paps in here, and Luke's Puff is also pretty cool. I think you can explore some different sides of him, but yeah, I don't have a favorite. I know exactly what I am. We of the ministry seek to liberate. The better one knows one's vices and pleasures, the better one can understand and control them. The only corruptive influence here is your own self-denial. Edward Guapo, please, all I want is for you to stop pretending to be someone you are not.
I assure you, Alec, I need no liberation, and I have never doubted my own sense of self. Oh, that's hot. Such a hot thing to say. Alec's expression shifts to one of slight disappointment. His eyes close and he returns his glasses to his face. Fangs retract. But his smile quickly returns as he retakes your hands.
He really likes touching your hands.
Yeah. Well, I think probably it's because he doesn't have vision.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a lot of tactile stuff.
It is a great shame. I hate to see one such as yourself participate in such folly. Pride allows you to think that you are somehow better than me. Pride blinds you from the hard truths of the tower that you do not allow yourself to see.
He stands and bends down to kiss one of your hands.
I keep on thinking that he just really enjoys your hands. I shall enjoy helping you learn this about yourself. Alas, Guapo, we have another engagement. As always, I find your company most enjoyable. I have a feeling we will be seeing more of each other. For now, buenas noches.
A look leaves you alone in the booth. Annabelle and company are now at the center of the packed dance floor. Tucked away in the booth, you find yourself appreciating a moment of solitude after your conversations with Annabelle Triabel and Aluk Romas de Leon. The club lights pulse and flash to the beat of the music, dancers reveling and drinks flowing freely. In this quieter corner of the club, you overlook the party with a quiet thoughtfulness, pondering your place in it. You don't see any of your clanmates tonight. As if in answer to your search, the sound of stern chatter grows from the stairway nearby. There, your eyes land on a golden opportunity. Prince Kevin Jackson himself, heading down from the second floor, a band of black-suited blue bloods in tow. You do not get this scene with Vera, and I was sad.
I played this game, and that's why I think the Jackson's route is only available for Edwards.
I think so.
Yeah, because I went Jackson's route on the first playthrough.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Although only a young kindred, Kevin Jackson wears the title of prince as though he were born to it. He stands tall, broad-shouldered, his high cheekbones and head closely shaven. With his sleek custom suit and heavy fur coat draped across his shoulders, he certainly looks the part. Though greater still is his presence, he carries himself with a quiet dignity, one that so few Ventru fully master. Even among his entourage, one stand as self-assuredly as Kevin Jackson. You see at his side his seneschal, Alan Sovereign, and a few overly eager businessmen flitting about him like flies, vying for their slice of success. As they stop at the foot of the stairs, you decide to approach him. Yes. You've spoken briefly before, but never outside of a board meeting. Summoning your composure and a charming smile, you make your way up to the group. My prince, it's good to see you. Prince Jackson turns to you, amusement in his eyes.
Edward Larson. Likewise. How are you finding my city since we last spoke?
Chicago is impressive. You run an admirable ship. I'm anxious to get my hands dirty. Jackson flashes you a handsome grin. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Too few venture are willing to step up to the plate and do the work that needs to be done. I know what you're gonna pick.
Flirtatious.
Yeah. Aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, I'm willing to put in the work, my prince. I fancy myself as a man who takes a hands-on approach to business. The prince cocks an impressively groomed eyebrow.
Is that so? It did come highly recommended by Fiorenza Savona herself, if I recall. She had some interest to say about you.
Oh, she did?
Oops.
I mean, of course she did.
It's perfectly acceptable not to know something anymore. Masking your ignorance with the hollow pretense of wisdom only serves to undermine your intelligence.
Right, of course.
Edward is like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes.
Daddy? Sorry.
Daddy, sorry.
Prince Jackson adjusts his coat and gives a glance back to his entourage, who look to him expectantly, appearing ready to leave the club.
With that said, I believe that I can count on you, Mr. Larson. You have impressive lineage, loyal, hardworking. Yet, your line has never had the chance to make waves, have they?
Not exactly, sir. No.
In Chicago, we set the precedent. We brought the Sombra into the fold. We dictate how to handle the usurpers in the modern knights. We still stand defiantly in the face of the Second Inquisition. Perhaps you will become the first of your line to break the mold of mediocrity and make your mark on the city. I'd like to think that as...
Oh.
Sorry.
I was like, don't read my lines. I'm kidding. I'd like to think that as well, my prince. In fact, I would be grateful for an opportunity to prove myself. I'm sorry, I'm like slowly dying over here because this is great.
Yeah. Very good. I'll tell you what, Mr. Larson. It's a couple of weeks yet before our next meeting of the board. Why don't you come by Will's Tower? I'd like to catch you up on the field.
Of course. It would be an honor, my prince.
Good. Until then, Mr. Larson.
I was so hoping Kevin Jackson said good boy.
Good boy. So close.
Just a question. Do we want to sort of go like half an hour each game? Because
Yes,
it's been half an hour.
we have to skip but actually, so this is more or less where the game starts to branch. Because we've played it already. So you start to pick here who you want to visit and who you want to continue the storyline with. And the branches, they get steamy sometimes. Some nice way. There's like basically like each of the characters have some sort of a romance involved in the line. And whether it's going to be a happy ending or a bad ending, I can tell you. You have to play yourself. But yeah, it's a really cool game. I really enjoyed it. So huge thanks to the developers of Lovelines, which you can play on itch.io/jam/VTM, the submissions. Called Loveline. All right. Do we want to jump into a quite different theme of a visual novel right now, which would be Visitation?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. That's going to be a fun one too. It's a completely different vibe, the other game. But also like we've played it and we
Mhm.
Yeah. Right? I will have to probably make the music. The game features descriptions of violence, abuse, and death, depictions of blood, and audio displays of screams and gunshots.
Yeah, the sound effects are actually really cool in this game.
I need to make the music quite a bit And sound volume, I'll make it.
I think the music in general is like loud just by itself.
Yeah. Okay, I made
Like
it
really
quiet.
pooped up.
Quiet. I think we're good. All right. And now we can start. Would you like to rest your voice and be the characters now, or are you still good with narrating?
Oh, I'm fine. Do you want me to be Grigol or Paige? I think you should do. I think you should do the main character this time. You should do Paige. I'll do Grigol.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll also be the clerk.
Okay.
Thank you. Come again.
I don't think so. Another week, another city, another sea of strange faces. It's comforting to hear the crackle of the plastic bag on my side.
I think your volume needs to be a little louder.
My volume, like my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you.
You, like me. I'm gonna make sure that I'm a little bit louder for everyone. Actually, I'm going to just bring the microphone closer to my face because I think it's going to make the quality a little bit better.
Yeah, I even hear you better.
Okay, good. Yeah, my microphone was really far away from me today, so should be good. Let me know if that works. I can make.
Yeah. Everyone seems to think that's better.
It's been ages since I bought something I didn't need. The constant traveling is exhausting, especially when trying to avoid falling into Camarilla hands. Obviously, airplanes are out of question. Explaining my luggage to the TSA is bound to get me in prison, or worse. It's much safer like this. Hoofing it from city to city until Los Angeles, or another anarch domain if there is one along the way. Jay, that blowhard, wouldn't stop talking about it. Don't think he knew of any other, now that I think about it. It's for the better. They made their choice and I've made mine. The more space I put between us, the easier it should get. Moving on. Finally, the bathroom is free. Not the most romantic spot, but as good a place as any. One stall, empty. No recording devices, nothing under the sink, one outlet. Alright, let's do this. Shaving her hair. Well, would you look at that? There you are, Paige. I look so tired. Not sure if the stories are true and it doesn't grow back, but right now I couldn't care less. I can't wait to be done with this. Scouting our locations, seeing if it's safe, practically fleeing from half the domains. Don't you ever get tired of this?
I am used to it.
I love this voice. His voice crackles and breaks as he talks, so like it bubbles forth from the depths of his chest. It's a horrible but familiar. My internet, just my whole internet died. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we're back. My whole internet has died. Okay,
1,
we're
2,
back.
3, it's you and me.
Okay, I'll make sure that just please refresh if you don't see us. Yeah, it was my internet this time. Just completely died. Everything died. But we're back. Okay, let's continue.
Yeah, I don't remember how I said that. It suits you. Yeah, you get to pick now because you're playing the main character.
I know.
Yeah,
I
all the
know.
decisions are on you.
I'm gonna be very self-assured, little fledgling. I am not the same person I was when I was embraced, but I will never look like it if I don't take care of it myself.
The Nosferatu blood has shown great clemency in your case.
Thanks. Well, he's trying.
I like the pose.
Yeah.
Hair is a privilege denied to many of us.
I should train this pose and just do it like on the work meetings. Like go like that. Trying. Let's change the subject. I take the note that appeared on the sink. Is this the new place?
Yes, abandoned house. Boarded up almost immediately. Completely. Overall remote, but close to a biking trail. If we stay quiet, we should be safe there for a while.
Alright, no time like the present.
What about the hair?
Oh, right. Most of it is easily scooped into the plastic bag. Getting the rest needs some effort. We leave no traces, especially no body parts. An awful lot can be done with an awfully little if it falls into the wrong hands. That's what Grigol told me. He's a real expert in making me uneasy. That's the reason I no longer have a phone. I never thought that much about tracking in my life. Ready? As soon as I turn, he's already gone. I'm looking forward to the time when I can leave all of this behind me. When I found my place to be in all of this. For real this time. The stiff wind is damp and freezing cold. What a way to be greeted. I wish I still had my jacket. Moving helps a little. Teeth clenched, hands in my pockets, marching along like a trooper. Maybe if I don't think about it so much, it gets a little bit better. So what did you do around here, all on your own? Got boring, huh? That's a shame. Some good restaurants at least? Silence. That was to be expected. Anything above a whisper would drop his disguise. Just a monster randomly popping up in the middle of a busy street. He'll never take that risk. Some lady on the street is staring at me. I've given up gesturing like I have a headset when I do this. A smile and polite little wave in her direction does the trick just fine. No food, no entertainment? You must have been bored out of your mind without me. Maybe it's for the better. We both know the kinds of things you find entertaining. I run my head over the fresh stubble. Ah! He grabbed me. My arm, his claws are pressing into my flesh. I can't get out of his grip. My throat is closing. He's dragging me into an alley. Did that cross the line? No. No, after all these weeks, after all he said, no. It was a joke! I was just joking. Well, you want to kill me over a joke? Are you that petty? You know what I put up with? Come on. His other paw jolts up at me, pressing my mouth shut. I fight the urge to bite it. A mouthful of his rotten blood is the last thing I need.
I bet it tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
Quiet.
The sound escaping his trachea is more... Do you say trachea? Trachea? Trachea. Is more hiss than voice. His eyes stare me down with unsound intensity. Audibly, he's filling his lungs with air.
Please. Please be quiet.
His grip does not soften in the slightest as his face slumps back into his as usual facial expression.
I am sorry. I am so sorry, Paige. I did not know what else to do. I am sorry.
I just noticed that his facial wrinkles, they look a little bit like he's crying constantly. He has this
yes. I always thought that that's what that was supposed to be. I also just noticed now that I'm reading this out loud, he says the whole thing. He doesn't say, I'm sorry. He says, I am sorry.
Yeah.
Seems to add the extra word.
Yeah.
I can't think of what you call it when you mix the words together.
With that, he slowly takes his hands off me. My heart is fully awake now, my limbs shaking. What was that? I'm not gonna punch him. What is
I'm pretty sure I did in mine.
I'm not punching a Nosferatu. What has gotten into you? Why would you do that?
I saw something, and talking about it can't wait.
What could possibly be so important? Griggle extends his index finger, pointing above my head. I follow the movement of his gesture, running up the brick wall. There's a very crude graffiti on the wall, a handprint with a V or a check mark running across it. I don't get it. What does that mean, Griggle?
It means the city is going to drown in blood.
What? How? What is going to happen, Griggle?
I don't know for sure. We should go to our haven. We shouldn't talk this out in the street.
He never uses the shortened.
Yeah,
versions.
and as an American, it's really hard for me to read it that way.
We should not
so
talk this out on the street. This is fun. I'm not leaving with you with an explanation. He seems taken aback by that. Good. He's starting to feel a little uncomfortable.
I know it from my past. The Sabbat used it as a call to action, direct people to one specific location for a large operation.
I thought the Sabbat left the States.
Largely they did. This is what I thought. But they're back, or they never left. Why here of all places? Only one Canaanite in town. Quiet. My research brought up nothing but a few missing person reports. We can't know what it is they're planning, but it's coming. It is happening now. This is fresh, Paige.
He runs his fingers through the paint, showing me the back and tips. I bump into something hard as I back away from him. It's his voice. He sounds excited. He seems to pick up on my discomfort, quickly clasping his hands.
We need to stop this.
Let's go to our haven first. It must have taken some time to remove enough planks to slip past the frame that used to be the entrance to slip into our temporary haven. This house has seen better days. At least I hope it did. The rust, mold, and the broken furniture make it hard to think how people ever lived here by choice. A few uneven tracks in the dust and rubble that coats the entire floor are the only clues pointing to Griggle's first visit here. Even now that we are here, he doesn't say a word. This is making me tense. I should say something. Man, this place is a shithole. Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. I am very attached to the idea of like little shithead thin bloods. That is like my favorite kind.
I am going to indulge you in this particular moment by picking this very shithead thin blood option. My review will have some choice words. Nothing. I look around and spot him around the broken furnace, mute and still. His glowing eyes seemed glazed over, staring nowhere in particular. What can we even do about this, Griggle? He moves nothing but his eyes, locking in on me painfully slowly.
We have few things to go on. I do know of the last known residence of the Soul Canaanite that was known to reside here frequently. Then again, all of these informations might be long outdated. It might be a place to start searching for answers.
That sounds suspiciously like there is a but coming up.
Last known, this man was loyal to the Camarilla.
Well, isn't that just great? Anything else and we might have just had a nice talk with someone. They are after me on virtue of being a Finland alone. But then I fled. I don't think their ego took that all too well, and I'm not interested in finding out.
The only other lead we have are the symbols.
That hand.
It's one of them. There will be more than one, enclosing the point for the meetup. Knowing how the symbols are read, we can find the location. Try to get as much information about the attack as we can.
How does this guy know all of this?
Well, I think it doesn't take a whole lot of sleuthing to figure that one out.
Does. You're not serious, are you? That's dangerous. Who am I telling this?
I decided to leave that behind me. Defect is unpopular, to say the least. They would kill me.
And what am I supposed to do there? I can't turn invisible.
Obfuscation is not exactly...
I shoot him a dirty look, really not in the mood for nitpicking.
Well, he's right.
This is like one of the discussions we had so many times.
Yeah, we always have this discussion.
I do the same, like, I'm like, oh, you can turn invisible with... No, you can't. Okay, it's fine, it's fine.
You could pose as a fresh recruit and infiltrate their ranks.
With my non-existent acting skills, no thank you. Why do you even care?
People that know nothing of our kind populate this town. If we do nothing, there is no telling how many might end up in the crossfire. Should we not protect the unknowing?
He talks with insecure anticipation. Is he mocking me? Does he need me to answer him to be sure? Regal seems to grow distance, drifting deeper into silent contemplation. So, seems we have a plan.
I don't think I follow.
We both got dealt bitter pills to swallow. You find us a bad hideout and gather what you can about our plans. I will have to check out if the Cami is still around. Cami. That's cute.
The Camis.
The Camis. After that, we can still make our choice. Regal nods fully sunken again. Before the sun rises, I look for the darkest spot to hide away and shut the chaos of the journey. I can't wait to reach LA. Rebuild a life for myself. Will that include Regal? Not the thought I want to dive too deep. Not the thought I want to dive too deep into first thing in the morning, but it won't let me sleep. Thinking of the outburst, how he flung me into that alley, I'm not so sure. It felt like the Dark Knight all over again. No pity, no mercy, a monster through and through. But then, why would he help me? When I planned to kill him, hoping I could be human again, he accepted it. Where does the line for giving him a chance end? Would I want the one that broke me and turned me into this at my side if I had any other choice? I think it's just because... Oh no! Okay, I believe he can change. He's my Nosferatu sire. I have a lot of warmth in my heart towards Nosferatu, so I have to pick this one. When we make it to LA, we can start with a clean slate. Maybe if I am not forced to face him every night, I can stop to see what he was. Tomorrow is another night, and there is no use to think way past it. Investigation. Let's go.
Grigol. I awaken. Over the course of the day, my body shriveled into itself. My limbs pulled tightly to my torso, pulled into this ghastly contortion by dead tendons, protecting my core of all light. It takes a good while to fully embody myself. Recently, it seems to take longer each night. The sun has fully set. Certainly, Paige has been up and about for a while. Hey, it's Paige!
It's me!
As I thought, they are already ready to leave. And Paige, if I do not return tonight, do not come looking for me. Nothing you would do would change my fate at that point. Paige blankly stares back at me. I do not know if they would have ever considered saving that man that killed them.
Oh my goodness, I feel for both of them. I'm so sorry.
But dead men offer no absolution. Neither do those lost. You deserve to make it to Los Angeles. I want you to have some semblance of a normal life.
Sure, if you want that, I respect your choice.
When I don't come back, I will be dead. LA is a fresh start for you. Should something happen to me, I would like to think you will make it in the end. Promise me you'll try, even if I'm not around.
I will make my way to LA.
With that, we go our separate ways into the night. Can Paige tell how I feel when I force myself to talk with calm and understanding? Do they feel something deep down recoil at the thoughts I beg myself to consider? Subconsciously, they must. It took less than a month to shave off the hair I dragged them into the pit on. I hope when we reach LA and they can heal to a point where they can see me as more than the gestalt of suffering I must have become in their memory. I have to persevere, extinguish those feelings outright. Paige is not untainted or pure, but deeply human. When there is doubt, I can only rely on their judgment.
The new original in chat is saying this is tragic in the best way, and I agree.
Yes. Yes. Just as I expected, a warehouse. It was always a warehouse. The open space and location, at a distance to most living quarters, are optimal for large sect gatherings, and the sturdy ceiling structures are immensely practical for a blood feast. Those out of service are preferable. It has become a burden to try and have one cleared or shut down in recent years. Enough humans are desensitized to work dead that it is no longer a serviceable reproach. It must have been the same during the Industrial Revolution. Humanity is complicated. Yet I pursue to return to it. I am hoping it will set me free. It is a mission of recovery rather than discovery, I think. Ashamed the path towards it seems to be through subterfuge. Even now, I can't help but wince at my attempts at pity. I will trust myself to make decisions when I reconnect with something that feels like it belongs to me alone. For now, acting like I do not have these thoughts is all I can do. That must count for something. I approach under the veil of obfuscation, undetectable by cameras or the human eye, but I remain cautious. If I fail, it will not be human eyes on me. I am nervous to face the Cainites within these walls. There is no denying part of me is one of them. That sign. Not universal, not by a long shot. I know what awaits me within this metal giant. Whatever is left of my pack.
Wow.
The time was never right to tell Paige about the other one that survived that night. I could do it tonight, but who is to say I have not waited too long? Can my silence be considered betrayal? We can only survive this mission when we stick together. Most shovelheads die shortly after the embrace. Is it worth to risk our truce in the spirit of honesty? I will have to think about this. The hole in the rusty facade is a tight fit. I have to contort myself not to rip my clothing or make too much noise, but it is less risky than opening the heavy doors. Unscathed, undetected, I make my way deeper into the complex, closing in on exited shatter echoing through it. I'm not sure what that sentence means. There must be less than a dozen of us, them here. The Sabat lines in America really did suffer. They stand spread about in little clusters. At this distance, their words melt together into one cacophony of noises. I recognize none of them. Some of their mouths are still stained from the blood whose iron odor hangs in the air. The vessels they fed on strewn about the metal slate on one side of the hall, the neat line reminiscent of execution by firing squad. Neatly stacked crates on the other side. There are gun barrels sticking out of some of them. I should keep to the shadows and move carefully. Any action I take might draw their attention.
Oh. I think I skipped twice. It's fine. It's okay.
The smaller door is ripped open. The room falls silent instantaneously. Figure in a thick cloak is towering within the doorframe. He walks with determination, the rocking of the heavy fabric emphasizing the power behind each step. Sickening familiarity boils up as I stand in the shadows of his emanating sacrilegious piety.
Brothers, sisters, and those transgressing, what our years of vigilance will be rewarded tomorrow.
There's no mistaking. It is his voice, that resonating baritone you can feel in your chest. His gestures as he comes to a hold and welcomes the gathering with open arms as they flock towards him. His hands unveil his face like a phoenix emerging from ash. Of all the domains, it had to be this one. Of all the Canaanites to lead this crusade, it had to be Luther. I can hardly make out the words he is speaking. Our former leader, Luther, the all-seeing. I am shaking. The excitement is overtaking me.
Excitement! Great girl! You bad boy.
Yeah, bad boy. This was a horrible mistake. I should not be here. I believed every word he ever told me. Decades we moved towards Gehenna, and it is here. What am I doing? Shame. Close your goddamn mouth, you filthy animal. He cannot see you. I sink deeper into the shadows, eyes closed and ears covered. That is not what I am here for. I need to focus. An attack. There is an attack coming. He is probably talking about it, going over it. What do I do?
I think we can, do we stop here?
Yeah, I guess, because it's been half an hour again, and plus it's killing my voice. Oh my god.
Yes, I was just thinking that you really need to get a little break here from narrating, but also this is a pretty cool, how do you call it?
Visual novel?
No, like suspenseful ending of things, like cliffhanger. There we go, cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger, yeah.
Yes, so if you wanna check out this game, do it because it's really fun.
Yes, like and I think there's like eight endings or something, or 6 endings. I can't remember.
There's plenty of ways to play it, and there's a lot of things to explore in here, and we really liked it. So I hope that you will enjoy it as well. And I was thinking, to wrap up today, we can go for one more game. And for us to rest our voices a bit, we can go for the one that actually has voice acting.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Good. Which would be Vampire the Madness Network. Actually, this one has voice acting. I haven't played through this one yet. I started it, but I am very much interested in seeing more of it. So,
I played through this, and some areas like the voice acting fails. At least it did for me. So if that's the case, and I don't hear it because I can't hear anything on my end.
Yep.
Just I can read it. Just tell me.
We'll see, but for some reason it's not opening for me. Open it's yourself, game. Video.
I command you.
Open. You to open. There we go. It works. Good. People can't see it though. I need to make sure that you will be able to see it properly. Is that the one working? Yes. I'm going to make sure that it's.
I just want to say I'm really glad people like my Batman voice.
It was great. I really enjoyed it. All right, I'm going to go.
I'll be paying for it later.
Master volume 100%, music volume quieter, and we can go for a new game. This one.
You just got back from a trip to Los Angeles. Luckily, it wasn't any business trip, just a friendly meeting with your favorite Malkavians. After spending a few days without the sisters in the club owned by one of them, you deeply appreciate the silence and peace of your flat.
The voice acting is a little bit quiet in comparison to the music, but I did try to make the music quieter. So, interesting. Can you hear it well, folks, in the chat? Let me know.
Also, how much does the main character look like that guy from Supernatural with the trench coat?
Oh yeah, he does actually. Absolutely.
Paper and your mind's filled with fragments of images. A pen with a golden nib, a Steva handing someone a note, a man.
Wait, I think I have a second instance of a game open. That's why. Oh,
yeah.
No, that's sorry, that was my bad.
Because you were trying to open it and open it twice.
I was trying to open it twice.
Of course.
That's why. It's good.
Of course.
I fixed it. Shh. Meet me in Steven's office. Urgent. A. Okay. Close. Alright. We can move around. Can't go to sleep, I think. We can check. Can we check anything in here? I'm just like checking the plans.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I ran around this because I couldn't figure out how to leave. I couldn't figure out what button to press.
The nights are rather stuffy. The streets are almost empty, but you can hear voices coming from the surrounding spots. People are seemingly enjoying the night in the jazzy bars. So typical for New Orleans.
New Orleans. This is a very interesting accent of the narrator. What is like? I cannot pinpoint where is it from though. You know?
Very well. I would say somewhere in Europe.
Maybe, but it
Be
doesn't
my
sound.
guess.
It doesn't sound like very Polish. So I don't know.
You don't really feel tempted to enter any bar, not after your last few days full of parties. Moreover, you are supposed to meet Astira. She wrote that she will be awaiting you in the office of a prince, that by the way is your creator. You need to get to that tall building down the street.
Okay, so Prince is our sire. Ooh, okay. No pressure at all. We have to get to the tall building at the end of a street. I'm just going to go around and see if there's like any hidden stuff, because I always do that in all video games. Oh, what is this? Empire Hotel, grand opening. I know that name from somewhere.
I'm pretty sure they are actually Polish.
They're Polish. Oh,
I
really?
just looked. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I never heard anyone Polish speaking with that kind of accent. I think it's interesting. It's like, it's really nice. I like it. I'm going up there.
Yeah, I got lost in this map like a few times, so good luck.
We gotta go to the tall building. There is a saloon in here. Can we go there?
It's a club.
Yeah, but I can't go there yet. I have to go
Not yet.
And
When you see like people outside, then you know you can go in there.
Ah, I see. Okay. I'll look for. Oh, like whenever you get lost in the video game or in real life, in any like real life labyrinth, always remember to keep to the left sides.
I never found this graveyard. Wait, go back. I
There's
never found.
graveyards. Yeah. You can't go there yet. I think there's like, yeah.
I never found that graveyard. I
See?
walked across. I felt like I walked all over this map.
You gotta stick to the left side. Stick to the. You have to have a wall on your left side at all times, and then you will know. See, this is how you solve all the labyrinths. Always.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going down there. There's a tall building. I think that's the one. Is it the one? Probably. No, it's not the one. Not yet. Take the left side. We're gonna find
Yeah,
it.
I'm pretty sure that's where the prince is later on.
Yeah.
This might be it. That might be it. No, that's your
this one?
apartment. That's your apartment, I think.
Is it?
I don't know.
You walk by a
Oh no.
pretty blonde
Okay,
girl.
there you go.
Okay. Woo.
She doesn't stop you, just smiles at you. You take the elevator to the top floor of the tall building. In the front of the massive doors to the prince's office, there are two bodyguards with silver masks on. Upon seeing you, they open said doors.
There we go. They open the doors. Oh, hi. You got a voice actor, because we don't have the voice for her. Or do you want me to do that?
No, I can do that.
Okay.
I'm glad you got here so fast. Come with me for a moment.
Astira pulls you deeper into the office, far from resumed conversation of the Primogens. With a wave of her hand, she dismisses the bodyguard standing near the balcony and turns to you.
Okay.
I have no idea what happened. There's no contact with Stephen for 2 days already. The security hasn't seen anything. Apparently, he left the party rather early and went straight to his flat. We've already dug it up and found nothing.
My eyes haven't perceived the prince for the past few days. Too busy with what?
They cut off, so I'm not entirely sure.
Okay. I'd say you could have been careless. I'm going to go for the first one. My eyes haven't perceived the prince for the past few days. Too busy with the daughter of Janus in Los Angeles. Ooh, okay.
You can search those places yourself. Maybe you'll find something more. By the way, you could drop by the Stefan's Club. It's not my favorite place in the city.
The Sombra hides in the shadows. It's understandable.
Whatever. Let me know when you find something useful. I will discuss the next steps with this bunch of idiots and go meet Halim. Maybe Stefan told him something.
All right.
And please keep it a secret. We really don't want any chaos on the court, especially now after all those Inquisition attacks.
So we are of Clan La Sombra, like our sire then, huh? I think so.
I think he's Malkavian. I think.
He said that he spends time because he wait, that was a prince, right? I think.
Yeah, wait, I'm
Yeah.
I thought he was Malkavian.
Yeah, no, he said that he spent time with the daughter of Janus. So he
Daughter of
spent time-
Janos, yeah, so Therese and
Therese
Jeanette.
and yeah, and he said that he is a child of the prince, and the prince is La Sombra.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I thought he was.
Yeah, I think it's La Sombra. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to Saloon now, right?
You enter the
Yes.
club owned by Stefan. The bodyguards know you, so they instantly let you in. There is loud, stompy music, a lot of people on the dance floor, and a few familiar faces. Kindred that happily choose Salumi as their favorite place to party and satisfy other needs safely. At
Nice.
the bar, there's Jeremiah, one of the club's employees. He's pouring some young brunette a drink while serving the room. Spotting you, he waves his hand at you to come closer.
All right. Well, I guess we gotta go to the person at the bar.
I don't know I forget how you measure your hunger in this game, but I know there's someone you can feed. It's this person at the table you can feed on them. So I don't know if you want to wait to do that or not.
Yeah, we can do it. Let's check it out. You wanna play her? Yeah.
Hi there, handsome devil. What are you doing here all alone?
I'm here to relax a bit.
I could help you with that if you want. That's the wrong picture.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's okay. It's actually hidden. People cannot see it. I'm going to move our camera.
Yes, okay. Just get rid. Just yeet me right out.
Where are our faces here? There we go. I'm gonna move my face here, and we're good. Okay.
I love a Malkavian. Sorry, the chat is a Malkavian prince. I love a Malkavian prince. Boston had a Malkavian prince.
Yeah.
You play Swan Song.
Yeah. I'd be grateful if you could.
Oh, really? Would you like to show me just how much?
It's funny how it's our avatar. I like it.
The woman takes you to the ladies' room. She's clearly drunk. She kisses you passionately. You can smell her perfume and feel the pulse of the veins on her.
But bite her gut.
Her pretty,
I'm
warm,
listening to the voice acting. I'm going to bite her.
Oh, that's right. I can't hear the voice.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have the voice in
You
there.
bit the girl's neck.
You bite
The
her.
girl liked this experience.
She liked it. Yay! Good. Okay, we did it. Talk to this guy. Have you heard about Stefan?
Yeah, I have. They were asking about him. I work for him, after all.
What did you tell him? Where could he be?
How am I supposed to know? Boss pays me, brings some girls, sometimes comes to boss around and get drunk. I don't ask questions. I don't get paid enough to care. I just work here.
I like Jeremiah. I would be the same bartender if I ever work as a bartender. I'd be like, I just give him work here. I don't care.
I don't get paid enough to care.
Yeah.
Great mood.
Don't you know someone that could know something? Was he in here with someone in particular?
I've already told you. I don't know anything. You either order something or stop bothering me. Clients are waiting.
Pour me something strong.
You need to be more specific, son.
I want bloodlines. Give me bloodlines. Pouring sounds can be heard. What's new?
What is there to be new? Something is always happening, but in the same routine, someone comes, orders something, talks about stuff, and leaves. I don't think that client's whining is something you'd like to hear.
Aww. Okay.
Check the VIP area. Maybe one of those gentlemen will sell you more information. Stop bothering me with that already.
Aww. He was.
Jeremiah, grumpy, you need a hug.
I like how someone is really giving it in on the pole on
Yep.
this dance floor. Also,
Yep.
just want to say this game has really nice animations and like really nicely done pixel art. It's not easy to do stuff like this. So, oh wait, what happened? Oh, okay, there we go. And we have this person. How are the wolves? Standing still?
Get lost.
I don't think he likes me. We gotta look for the VIP lounge. What about this guy?
Haven't seen you here for a while. Have you heard about...
Yeah, I have.
I'd like to help you, but unfortunately I spend all days in this club. Astera commissioned me the investigation. Maybe someone in there will know.
Something.
I don't think so. You know what kind of folks is in there, but you can see for yourself.
We will see
The
for
VIP
ourselves.
area
Oh,
is
there we
way
go.
quieter than the main room. The music is lighter here. A few kindred walks down the corridor along with some drunk people. They drink some red, thick liquid from the crystal glasses. The others sit in shiny leather sofas in darkened booths. While looking around the VIP area, you spot Vivian in one of the booths. She's a red-haired beauty and one of the most important ventures in the city. She's often seen with the company of Astira. They aren't really friends, but a lot of kindred think that they're connected by some mysterious business.
Hello there, Miss These Nuts. I just said that right. It's a great nickname. I just want to say that we've already played 2 games if you haven't played them already. We've played Visitation and we've played Lovelines, which I always called Loneliness for some reason, but it's Lovelines.
I've noticed that.
But because it's like one S away from being loneliness.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, there we go. So it's Lovelines and Visitation, and both of them are really fun. This one is called
Madness Network.
Yes, Vampire Madness Network, and all 3 of these games are available on itch.io/jam/VTM. So if you've missed any of them, check them out. And we're going to talk to Vivienne as this VIP member of the lounge. She looks like a clown. Which one do you think it is?
Corridor.
Yeah, I think she looks like a Toreador. Do you know anything about Stefan? We can't get in touch with him lately.
The prince is probably busy with calming his own demons, as always.
The closest kindred laughs under their breaths. Everyone except Vivian. She sips blood from a tall glass and looks at you.
What an insult. Very brave for someone in such a position. Or the lack of one.
Ambrose, my darling, let it go. Why do you even look for Stefan? Isn't he your sire? I thought that the likes of you are kept on a leash of their master.
Wow. So she's a Ventru. Okay, I see that.
Yep. The likes of him can't be kept on a leash.
What is that supposed to mean?
We all know that Malkavians aren't exactly loyal and obedient.
And we all know that all Ventru are arrogant and offensive, just like dogs. What? Wait, what? Maybe you should be... okay, I see. Just like dogs, maybe you should be on a leash, but like, dogs are not arrogant, nor offensive, okay? Video game developer, I just want to keep it in there. I know that you meant the other sentence, but... a person like you definitely should.
You try to use dominate.
Oh wow, we are so rude.
Vivian furiously stands up from the sofa and comes closer. She tries using dominate on you, but you resist. It angers her even more,
no.
so she attacks you with her long red nails.
She is literally scratching us with her nails. What is going on in here? Okay, sorry. That makes sense. Yeah.
What is going on in here? This madman attacked me. Wow, do you see the first option?
Yes, we can say this person started. I mean, we're clearly going into the dog business. This guy has issue with dogs, okay? And I don't know why, but I find this offensive. We're going to go for this one. What are you talking about? You're the one that can't control yourself, my dear. I just wanted to talk about the prince.
I'm not the right person to talk to about such things. Talk to Astira. She'll surely have more to say.
To Astira?
Ambrose, please leave. We really don't need any fights in here.
Yeah, kick the fledgling out. Fledgling is not behaving.
Yeah.
Mason leads you outside. You hear the laughs of Vivienne and her company, as well as the muted comments about her kindred. You didn't really care about this. You decided to meet with Astira. Remember, she was supposed to visit Halim. Alright, we're gonna go outside. And I feel like this is a good moment for a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Why do you have the audacity of the young La Sombra to go at the...
Well, the question, Sam, in the chat, why is he alive? Because he's child of the prince.
Child of the prince. Exactly. This is like both in the real world and in the world of darkness. If you are born into privilege, it stays with you, you know?
Called nepotism, baby.
Yes, it is, like, unfortunately, it is what it is. And, you know, like, it's actually funny. I wonder if it's going to go back to the prince, and the prince is going to hear of what we tried to do in the little bar, and they're insulting the fellow Ventru. Although the princess La Sombra, I think she doesn't care.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's probably
I don't know.
Yeah, insult all the Ventru. Like, she raised him this way. That was the thing. I really like the pixel art. I think the animations are really, very well done, and good effort on making the very big map and a lot of locations and things to do. This is Vampire the Madness Network. We do have some more pixelated games in this gem if you haven't tried them just yet. One of them is a beat 'em up, which is kind of funny. Someone actually did a beat 'em up in Vampire the Masquerade setting. The other one is more of a horror game in which you go through like these dark environments. And we have one
Is
more.
the one rap battle, is that one considered pixel art?
Absolutely. It is the pixel art one.
Okay.
There is one game which has a werewolf rap battle. I'm actually going to give you the name for this one because you need to.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I will
It's
find
something about Vegas. Vegas by Night alliances.
Vegas by Night Alliances. Yes, this is the game which allows you to rap with the werewolf. It's fun.
Yeah, I
So
enjoyed that.
we have some less like dark games in this one, some more dark games in this one. I feel like we showed a vast array. You can check out more games that we've played last week and also on one of the previous streams beforehand. But yeah, I recommend everyone to just go and play them and leave the comments to the developers and be nice. It's at itch.io/jam/vm. I'm going to drop the link in the chat and you'll find the link in the description of the video later as well. Without, of course, saying what are our favorites, but can you drop some recommendations, Hadi?
Sure. I think if you want really like fun writing, like emotional writing, First Night Last Night, which we did play last week.
Yeah.
I think if you want like just straight up romance where you get to like very quickly jump into romance stuff, Lovelines, which we played today. And oh, this is hard for what I'd want for my third one. Let me actually look at my little list here. I would say if you want something that's really beautiful and almost like you're reading like an interactive comic, I would say Hourglass of Snow is really unique and special.
Yes, I like this one too. I want to call out some games that we haven't played here on the stream just yet. And there are some games like I've seen some games in the gem which are really cool in like displaying various cultures and from the people from these particular coaches developers who are trying to like really embody, you know, just set the games in their locations and basically go all in with the team that is from that particular location, starting with Vampire the Regicide, which is made by Polish people and it's actually set in Krakow, so that's a super for me, it's a very vampire setting, so very good pick in here. Continuing to Home Martyrs Are Born, which is made by Latin American part of our community, and it has a plenty of developers and also a plenty of endings, so you may explore it depending on your choices. It has a really beautiful thumbnail, so you will easily notice that. And then there was one game from Ukrainian developers. I just want to make sure that I remember its name properly. Do you remember?
Is it Nullifidian?
Nullifidian. No. That was the one which had the werewolf friends. Do you remember how that one was called? Lovely Monsters. I think that was this one.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay, Lovely Monsters. Beautiful character art in this one, made by Ukrainian developers who actually had to, had halts in their stops in their development because of the attacks. So they like really tried to work from the location and finish the game in time, which huge applause to them. And the game is like really beautifully made when it comes to the assets, like super gorgeous drawings, and set in Kiev. So you can explore some really cool stuff by checking these games out as well. Yeah, that's my recommendations. I hope that you will enjoy them. And yeah, I will see you all actually in January. It will be some time.
We'll miss you.
I will miss you too. And I really hope that we'll come back with some really cool news next year and cool stuff for you. Oh, and in the meantime, happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. If you're celebrating whatever, have the best time. If you're not celebrating, have the best time as well. And see you in January. Bye.
Bye.